Does that response happen? No?
Never has.
Okay. And stick down, yield that hind end. Do you normally give him a little bit more time than that, Charlene? Why you would have did that time, or?
I usually give, that's about normal for me.
Okay, all right. I'm just wondering why he would kick out like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I smacked him when he wouldn't try.
Okay, and that's all good. So I don't mind that. And would that be, I'm going to steal your stick for a second.
But normally if I ask him, he'll go into a try. But
if you smack him, what does he normally do?
well, I've never had to before.
Okay.
That's
it's
what
the
never
first,
happened
so
before.
that's good. So now we're going to go 1, 2, and then touch. Now, do you feel we could have touched him a little lighter, or did you feel that pressure fit him?
I probably could have done a lot lighter.
A little lighter, okay, no problem. And this is just feeling him out. And I don't mind stuff coming out, but I want, we're developing a relationship between you and him. So if we're a little too heavy, no big deal. In your rights, maybe you should have been a little lighter. But I give him 50% of the blame too. Even if we're off, he still should try a little bit and not give us a negative response. So if I would see this happen more than once, then we would have to really look at that and say, okay, I'm going to have to yield that hind end a little bit more and that. And so this is quite common for a stud to do something like this. Not that he's a stud anymore, but his dominance of his mind, because you said he was gelded as a 14-year-old.
Yes.
So he's going to have a lot of stud traits. And when we apply a pressure to a stud, normally here they accept it, here they accept it, and when they come in there, they can either give us no response, a positive one, or a negative one. Now, normally, studs don't stay in this no response. When we put pressure, they're either here or they're here. Okay, and so that, when I would deal with the stud, that's what they would. Now the big thing is, he has to come to our positive response before we reward. And he did. He'd give us a negative one, but then he's like, okay, I'll move. So no big deal, but if he would have stayed doing that, you just have to say, no, keep on going through. Okay? Carry on. Now, try for him to move, not you. So just go like this and put a circle around you. Good. There we go, yeah. Good. So I just want, because once I find this out, I kind of call it my truth detector. I see when you're moving constantly, sometimes I can't see, are you adjusting the circle or is he adjusting the circle? Where this way, if you stay in one place, I can see how he's adjusting that circle or not. Shorten your line up just a little bit. There, that's good. Okay, and so I want him never to be in your bubble. Okay, send him around again. Trot. Nice. And yield that hind end. Back him up. Good, nice. Let him sit. Good. And so this is what we will do is, to me, good groundwork or liberty horsemanship should always be a good balance between yielding away and holding a boundary and joining up and holding a boundary. And so, to me, we should never bring them to us until we can yield them away and they can hold the boundary. Because when we talk about rude behavior in horses, to me, horses give us rude behavior not because they want to be rude, because they have no boundaries. So our whole goal before we start to do the fun stuff is to put boundaries on. They have to have them boundaries where he knows only he can come in when you only invite him in. And which is nice, he wants to come to you, but the boundary has to be there so he knows it's actually a privilege to have you. It's not, I'm here. Okay, go the other way. And drop. Good. And yield that hind end. Back him up a bit. Nice. Gonna have lots of presents at Liberty, isn't he?
We call him Mr. Fancy.
Yes. Okay, when you're ready, I want you to circle and then switch directions. When he switches directions, he's not allowed to come into your boundary, okay?
So I'm going to put him on the circle and then change direction?
Correct, yeah. Whichever you want. We'll try it at the walk first. How's that sound? And switch. 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 And stop. Good. How do you feel about that boundary and switching directions?
Good. Pretty good. I mean, you started coming in
A little bit. So I would like that to be a little bit sharper. Meaning, so if I was the horse, my boundary is here, here.
He came towards me.
So he switched nice, which I liked, but to me, he come in. And so I'll just take him for 1 second here and just watch when I switch directions. Pass. And so here, I'm going to switch. There we go. And so this was, so when I went in there, you see how he actually wanted to go the other way then. Where I need that boundary, not so he wants to stretch out and switch. And so this is like common, so I don't let him not come to me. So now he's saying, well, I'm going to go the other way. Switch. Okay. Let me just adjust this whole thing. Okay. And so the big thing is, when he does go to come in on that switch of directions, my stick's going to be in here. And so what I felt with that boundary is he always wanted to pull out. And so once I got him here, then he wanted to pull out too much. So just really think of that boundary. You can come back working with me more times. And so the one thing I don't want you to do is right now is if you can adjust this line. No, I don't. Yeah, because what happens is most people do that is as the horse wants to go out bigger, they let it go out bigger. Okay, so now the horse is saying, Charlene, I'm going to make this boundary, not what boundary do you want. So that's where I want you, and that's where it's kind of interesting. When I work a horse, lots more shows up when I work it. The reason for it is my boundaries are a lot more particular. So I don't let him slide out a little, and I don't let him slide in a little. I'm like, this is where I want you. And if he's out, I'm pulling. If he's in, he's running in there. So he has to be a lot more particular.
So when he makes the turn, then I do.
He needs to be, so if I'm the horse here, and I'm going to make the turn here, have it someplace in there so he knows he's going to run into it. Because if it's way back here, literally by the time he's here, now you're too late. And so, but as you get it up there, then he's going to be like, oh man, I want to go back. And he needs to be comfortable staying with you, not this way, but not this way. Okay. Because what he's going to have a tendency, as we work him, it's either going to be in your bubble, your boundary, or he's pulling. And so that's, we just need to establish that. Okay, carry on. Nice. Good. I like it. Good. Nice. Yep. Good. Don't let him pull you. Perfect. Don't let him pull you. Good. Switch. Don't let him pull. Good. Good. A little late that time, weren't we? It's all good. And sit down, yield that hand in, let it face up. Good. Now it's nice that he's got some motion in there, but I would like, when you would want to walk, you should walk. You want to trot, you should trot. When you want to canter. So that's where we got to just go through that. At first, we're going to allow it. You know, where you can get that boundary a little better, and then we're going to start, once the boundary is good direction-wise, then we need the boundary as far as speed.
And what I understand is this is how they taught him to try to be off. So, and the whip comes out, especially the lunge hook, he like thinks he's supposed to let his feet up and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
He just has to get over that.
Yeah, and so he does have a piaffe and zouch with the whip. That's okay. I mean, that's to it. So later on, when we get that liberty really nice, we can chuck that back in there.
Yeah.
So it's no problem at all. Now, it's really easy to transfer a cue. So what I mean by transferring cues is if our horse is coming to the dinner bell, we want to change that to the doorbell. We ring the doorbell first, then we ring the dinner bell, then we feed them. Pretty soon we don't need the dinner bell no more. So, you know, we're going to probably transfer a few cues within here. And do you know the cue they have for the zouch?
Because they've been home. I just know that when I was working with a trainer, she picked up on that. She was trying to teach me to ride. She said, I'm going to kind of chase you around with the lunge whip and we'll go into the slot because that's how they was doing. I don't know where they touch
what they did, yeah, no biggie. Most times they use